Morning about sports and politics. So guess who's here? Stephen A. Smith of ESPN. Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. How you doing?
She's got this great new political show called Straight Shooter on Sirius XM every Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Likely going to be dealing with a government shutdown on Wednesday.
I believe so. They're having a meeting today, Trump and, the Dems or what have you. But I saw Chuck Schumer on TV yesterday, and it's given every indication everything's going to be performative. That one side's going to blame the other. Nothing's going to get done before Wednesday's deadline, and there ultimately will be a government shutdown.
Pretty serious differences.
It's definitely serious differences, and there's been no negotiating going on. Both sides are blaming the other, and that's the problem once again with our politics. You have individuals that are sent on Capitol Hill that are doing everything but serving the American people the way they're supposed to, and unfortunately, ultimately it'll get resolved. I don't think anybody doubts that, but there usually involves a lot of pomp and circumstance, and to some degree a lot of suffering on behalf of the American people, and that's what the problem is.
And here in New York, your hometown, Mayor Eric Adams dropped his re-election campaign.
Right.
What do you think that'll mean going forward for those who are still in the race?
Well, first of all, Curtis Sliwa should drop out as well, because obviously he has no chance of winning. This comes down to Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo, and a lot of people look at Mayor Eric Adams and they felt like he should have dropped out a lot sooner. Had he dropped out a lot sooner, it would have given Andrew Cuomo some more time to gain some more traction, even though he still has an outside chance and he's received a bump. It was only like a 9% bump, if I remember correctly, a 9-point bump, because he's still significantly behind by about 18 points or so to Mamdani. New Yorkers like him. And they're having a problem with Cuomo because of his past situations or what have you. He's been out there pounding the pavement, but he's going to have to do it significantly more. And he's going to have to stop being a nice guy and really go after him the way that he normally was known for going after folks in the past.
Think that's going to happen?
I think he has to. I think that Andrew Cuomo has been entirely too timid to compare to what he has been, because I think he's been plagued himself by the past, and because of that, he's been moving methodically. But I think you've got to stomp, not tiptoe. And if you're going to have a shot to beat Mamdani, you're going to have to go after him, and you're going to have to paint a clear and vivid picture of what he believes New York is going to be if a Democratic socialist is running the city.
Let's turn to football. Only 6 undefeated. There are only 2 undefeated teams left.
Yeah.
It's the Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Is that the Super Bowl?
I don't know about that, because the Detroit Lions are coming. They've scored 90 points in the last 2 games. Actually about 120 considering yesterday's victory over the Cleveland Browns. The Detroit Lions are not a joke. They've got all worldwide receivers, running backs, a quarterback that's been to a Super Bowl before, a coach that has changed the culture. You can't ignore what he brings to the table. And I think that the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles appear on a collision course in the NFC, and that's a pick-em game right there. In terms of the AFC, obviously, you see the Bills, they're undefeated. The Baltimore Ravens have dropped off, but the Kansas City Chiefs won a big game yesterday. Why was that so big, guys? Because Xavier Worthy came back. They've been injured. They haven't had 2 of their primary weapons available for Patrick Mahomes, and as a result, that put a lot more pressure on the other guys to produce, and they just need that additional help. Once they come back healthy, they got one of their guys back yesterday. They're expecting another guy in the next 2 weeks who's been suspended for the first 6 games of the season. He's about to be back. And once that happens, Patrick Mahomes will have all his weapons. And you don't count Patrick Mahomes out, a 3-time Super Bowl champion who's been in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls.
They've definitely righted the ship. And tonight we've got a Monday Night Football doubleheader. We start with the Jets and Dolphins, and then the Bengals and Broncos. What do you make of tonight's game?
Well, first of all, condolences to the viewers out there that have to watch the Jets and the Dolphins.
But you do have to watch. It's on ESPN.
It is on ESPN. It is on ESPN. That's true. Obviously, we do a great job of covering football. It ain't our fault about how those 2 teams look. The Miami Dolphins are allergic to playing in weather below 50 degrees. The New York Jets inexplicably can't get anything right. They've missed the playoffs the last 14 years. And so somebody's got to win a game tonight, and we'll see what happens with that one.
All right.
Only have a little time left. What's your take on Bad Bunny?
I think it's a brilliant move by Jay-Z, who's obviously in charge of providing halftime entertainment for the Super Bowl. This guy's incredibly popular, #1 in streaming on Spotify over the last 3 years, a global iconic figure in the streaming stratosphere. This guy's the real deal, and obviously he has global appeal. In the times that we're living in, for Jay-Z to come up with this as the act for Super Bowl halftime performance. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I think the world, considering the NFL is trying to attract itself to the world, games in Berlin, games in Brazil, games in France and England and London and what have you, they're trying to have global appeal because they already have America on lockdown. I think this is a strong, strong way to go. Brilliant move by Jay-Z.
Thanks for coming in, Stephen A. Big games tonight, Jets, Dolphins, 7 Eastern, Bengals, Broncos at 8 here on ABC. And, of course, Stephen's First Take every morning on ESPN.